Hey, it's Evelyn Johansson. Welcome to my masterclass, How to Build an Online Coaching Empire in Any Economy. In this masterclass, I'm going to share with you how you can take your dream coaching business from idea to income-producing reality. Although this masterclass is short, it's super intense and is jam-packed with everything you need to know to build and grow your online coaching business in record time. Whether you've been struggling to grow your clientele or have just started thinking about taking your coaching business online for the first time, there are a few universal strategies that will make clients want to hire you. And that's what I'm here to share with you today. 10 amazing strategies to help you, the coach, fill your calendar with perfect clients. This masterclass is not about me, but I want to share with you a little bit about my coaching journey. I'm a certified life coach, a business mentor, and the creator of How to Build an Online Coaching Empire in 10 Days or Less. However, I wasn't always successful, far from it. In fact, in my first 3 years of my coaching career, I made exactly $0. Then in my fourth year, everything shifted. Clients started hiring me left and right, and not only that, they happily started to pay for 6 months of one-on-one coaching with me in advance. So I started to think about what had made such a huge difference. I mean, I was the same. My ability to help transform people's lives was exactly the same, but my approach and strategy had changed. I realized it wasn't my coaching ability that was the issue. It was the strategy. I was approaching my coaching practice like a charity, not a business. So over the course of the next few weeks, I sat down and defined the 10 universal strategies that made all the difference. The 10 universal strategies that helped me go from zero income to charging what I knew my services were worth. That's why I created this free masterclass to empower coaches like you to become successful. Now, just FYI, the 10 strategies are simple and anyone can use them to launch their online coaching business and get started with a bang. In fact, my most recent client went from 0 to 20 clients in 2 months. That's how powerful these strategies are. So grab a pen and paper, get comfortable, and pay attention to the 10 steps I'm about to share with you right now, because they can radically change your business, your impact, and ultimately your life. Without further ado, here are the 10 steps on how to build an online coaching empire in any economy. Step number 1 is to awaken the entrepreneur power in you. Listen, success in business is 80% psychology and mindset and 20% skill. Make sure your entrepreneur mindset is optimal because it will either make or break your business. Now, there are 6 steps to awaken the entrepreneur power in you. The first one is get clear on what you really want. And you do this by asking your heart, what do you really want? What do I really want? What kind of coach do I want to be? What feels fulfilling to me? What brings me joy? What makes me feel excited? This step is so important because if you pursue something that isn't in true alignment with you, with your heart, you won't enjoy it. Instead, it'll become hard work and you'll end up hating your work. No person can feel fulfilled if they hate what they do. So make sure to get clear on what you really want. The next thing to awaken the entrepreneur power in you is to align your mindset with your heart. So if you don't really believe that you can become the coach that you want to, you don't need to change your dream. If that's really truly what you want, you need to change your mindset to align with what you want, to empower you to be able to create the business you desire so you can help people. Next, take charge of your entrepreneur mind. Feed your mind good. Ignore the bad. You can do this by adopting positive affirmations, reading good books, watching educational and inspirational YouTube videos, practicing mindfulness. The list goes on and on. Only feed your mind with what will help it grow. Another thing that's essential to awaken the entrepreneur power in you is to feed your body good, to elevate your physical experience, change your physical state. If you're feeling tired and sluggish and exhausted, it'll be so much harder to grow your business. So make sure to exercise, eat healthy foods, and drink lots of water. Don't let low energy slow you down. Also, spend time with those who uplift and inspire you. There's something called social contagion in psychology, and it's been shown that we unconsciously adopt the energy of the people around us. So hang out with the optimists, the go-getters, the transformers, the leaders. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with where their family or friends don't believe in them. That kind of environment is toxic for entrepreneurs. That's why it's so important to spend time with those who support you, build you up, and believe in the reality of your dream. Another thing that's important to awaken the entrepreneur power in you is to commit to a daily heart-centered practice. For me, I spend a minimum of 1 hour every morning getting in optimal state. My morning ritual includes meditation, a gratitude practice, reading, exercising, and visualizing my day. Lastly, I've been hearing from coaches that they feel guilty about charging people during the crisis. Listen, those beliefs have to go. Just because of what's happening right now, it doesn't mean your services are any less valuable. In fact, what you have to offer is needed now more than ever. Doctors are needed now more than ever. So are grocery store clerks. They are still getting paid, and that is completely okay. Wouldn't you agree? A coach is like a doctor for the mind. You have the power to help your clients navigate these times in a very empowering way. Don't let your limiting money mindset hold you back from that. Part of awakening the entrepreneur power in you is to understand how valuable your services are, to realize that your ideal client needs you right now and is happy to pay whatever you charge. It's letting go of old beliefs that say, I don't deserve money and I'm not worth it. Okay, let's move to step 2 on how to build an online coaching empire in any economy. Step number 2 is to define your core values, your core message, and to craft your vision and mission statement. Now, when I first started in business, I had no clue what those things were, like core message or core values or mission statement, vision, what? Like, I really was totally clueless. If you don't take time to define what your business is all about, you'll be spinning your wheels and going nowhere fast. Without a clear message or clear values, you can't attract your ideal clients. You'll struggle with branding, and your ideal clients will be deaf to your message. So my core message and who I am is I'm a transformer. I uplift, I serve, I inspire, I heal, I empower, I spread love, I liberate, I lead, I transform lives. Now, can you feel the core message that I'm trying to get across to you of who I am? My core values, my message is at the heart of every single email I send, of every single article I write, of every Facebook post I create. It's like a guiding light for me, and my followers can feel it as well. Your mission and vision statements come from your core values and core message. Once you've defined who you are, what your company stands for, and the reason behind its existence, your ideal clients can hear you so much better. All right, let's move on. Step number 3 on how to create an online coaching empire in any economy is to create a memorable brand. A brand identity is made up of what your brand says, what your values are, how you communicate your product, and what you want people to feel when they interact with it. Essentially, your brand identity is the personality of your business and a promise to your customers. As Jeff Bezos says, branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Now, when you have a really memorable brand, your product leaves an impression on your customers long after you've made the sale. Brand identity is a process of shaping that impression. So how do you build your brand? Well, building your brand essentially boils down to 7 steps. Number 1, research your target audience and your competitors. Number 2, pick your focus and personality. Number 3, choose your business name. Number 4, write your slogan, or as some call it, your title of liberty. Number 5, choose the look of your brand, and that includes things like colors and font. Number 6, design your logo. And finally, number 7, apply your branding across your business and evolve it as you grow. Now, I could spend 20 hours talking about branding and how important it is and the steps that you need to take because there's so much involved in it, but those are the basic 7 steps. Just remember, when you create a memorable brand, you become memorable. All right, let's move to step number 4 on how to build an online coaching empire in any economy. And that is get clear on who your ideal client is. If you don't know who your ideal client is, how are you going to find them? We coaches can't serve everyone and everything. You might be a life coach, but it's important to pick a niche. Ask, who do I serve? A person wanting to find love, a beginning entrepreneur who needs business coaching, a mother who wants to learn how to manage stress. These things are really important to know because if you don't, how will you know who to market to? Also ask, what does your ideal client want more than anything? Do they want love, money, marriage, a successful business, to drink amazing coffee, to lose weight? Now, just a little tip. There are two ways to get really clear on your ideal client. One is the demographic profile. Those are the dry facts like income, gender, occupation, ethnicity, geolocation, and things like that. But also pay attention to their psychographics, which is the more personal things about them, like their attitudes, their fears, their aspirations, their personality. Your ideal client needs to know why they should buy from you, and you need to clearly communicate that you have a solution to their problems. One more thing about your ideal client. Make sure you put in there that they will happily pay for your services. Although you give away a ton of free content and perhaps even do free discovery calls, your ideal client isn't someone who wants everything for free. No, she sees your value and happily pays for what you ask. Alrighty, moving on to step number 5 on how to build an online coaching empire in any economy. Now, this step actually has 2 parts. The first part is to create a product or service idea that solves people's problems and then test it. The second part is to create the actual product or service and then sell it. In part 1, you create a product or service idea. You do this to see if there's an actual market for your services. You don't want to spend weeks on creating a product that doesn't sell. Once you've come up with a great idea, you can test it using surveys. For example, you can ask people to take surveys in Facebook groups, or you can ask your trusted friends. See what feedback you get, then go with the product or service that has the most interest. As you're creating your product or service, you want to keep these things in mind. Functionality. What is the function or benefit of your service or product? Is it pain relief, preservation, pleasure, prestige, profit? You also want to consider the appearance or the design. What is your product's or service's appearance or design? What are the colors? What are the fonts? Also, is there a warranty? Does it have a money-back guarantee? Right? Because people are going to ask about that. So make sure you have those things in place. Next, what's the quality or the branding? Is it upscale? Is it relaxed? Is it scientific or more spiritual? Keep these things in mind as you move forward and create the product. For steps 6 through 10 on how to build an online coaching empire in any economy, watch video 2. I'll be seeing you there.